So it'll be first down here after the run. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. The tight end changing his position. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. Then he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. Now it's Ryan. Getting it out left side to Sanu. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run here with Freeman. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Well, Devontae Freeman scored the first points of Super Bowl 51, and he's got the first points here as he's in for 6.
And I don't want to be snarky here. It's going to come off that way a little bit, but that didn't work out so well for them in Super Bowl 51 against New England when he scored the first touchdown in that game. But I like what they've started with here. Now, here's the thing about Freeman. I love his game. Can run it inside, can get to the perimeter, can catch the football, pass protects, has an incredible passion for the game.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Brooks Reed in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Third and long, it's Wilson. And a grab made by Doug Baldwin. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. In motion is the tight end, Graham. Halfback sent in motion. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter? I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. The Falcons averaged 34 points a game last year, tops in the NFL with that powerful offense, and they're already looking for more here as they've got it 1st and 10. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They go play action here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. That's complete right around the 8. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So they recover the fumble but could not take advantage of the short field. They do get 3.
And no one ever turns down 3 points going up on the board, but the offense will go to the sidelines wondering what if, while the defense on the other side, they'll celebrate holding them to just a field goal after giving up such bad field position.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
Now a play fake here on first down. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Baldwin. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. It's a big hook up there. Wilson to Baldwin. 51 yards. Now Wilson on first down. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they? When they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball is thrown. And this one, they help force another incompletion.
Off the play fake to Rawls. Wilson. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll need to get the play off quickly. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And that is going to be incomplete. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. And here now come the Falcons. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Going to throw right side here. Complete. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Now Ryan. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go deep over. And this is caught at the 20. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. They give him a gain of 37.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's the Pro Bowl cornerback, Richard Sherman. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. He's at the 30, past the 20. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead? Not so fast. That pick six really changes the complexion, probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now, probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, spinning away. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Now Ryan on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? And this is going to be incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Second and 10. It's Wilson again. And this one is incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Throwing is Wilson, trying to lay one up deep. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on fourth down.
Oh, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a third time here on fourth down. They're going to try and throw. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Deion Jones. In from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Ryan leads with Freeman on the draw. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On second down, Freeman. And he's got some space here. And down inside the 15 he goes. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Now Ryan on second down. Dancing to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. 7 yards remaining here on third down. From the gun, it's Ryan. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive. Go into the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make it third down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. And a great spot to start this drive from here. First down, Wilson. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Leroy Reynolds coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. On second down, Rawls. And not much running room. Down to the 32. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. The Seahawks on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 17. From the gun, it's Wilson. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So he splits the uprights there, and I would imagine it's nice as a kicker. Right when it leaves your foot, you know it's good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a golfer that picks up his tee after a nice drive without even watching it land.
Solid analogy. I like it. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
That factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
On second down, Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. On 3rd down, that's Freeman. Freeman a 1st down and more. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, his 2nd touchdown of the night, and the Falcons will extend their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. They start on the ground with Rawls. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Brooks Reed in there to get him the 6th time they've sacked him tonight. On third down, Wilson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Doug Baldwin, 76 yards. And the Seahawks have made this a one-score game. Extra point try now for Walsh. It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
But that certainly felt like an example of a defense just saying, okay, we've had enough. We've gotten mashed all night long. About time we got a good play in. But flip it over to the offensive side. They've got to be really upset that they allowed a play like that to happen. They were pitching such a great game, they want to keep it going.
Back now in Atlanta. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. On second down, here's Ryan. Being chased out left. And finding the tight end, Hooper. A good pickup there at 22. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down if they want to take another shot.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles are usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Ryan. It's caught. Jones breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. A handoff. Devontae Freeman. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Looking to throw on second down. Ryan. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. They toss to Freeman. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And the 42-year-old veteran's kick is up and good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
Back to throw. They set up the screen to Rawls. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home.